All right. Who feels like their time was worth it here today already at this point? Oh my gosh, this is jam-packed. Can you believe this was free to attend today? Woo! Yes, my wife and I have spent hundreds of dollars to get some of the same information that we've already got here today. You guys probably have too. I know actually a ton of you who have. Hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get that type of personal development, personal growth, and business mindset. So, Chris, thank you. Truly amazing. Thanks for the flower too, brother. That was a nice gesture. Appreciate it. Okay, next speaker. We're moving right along. So, now we're going to talk about applying this all into your longevity business because that's what we're here for, right? So, I want to introduce our next speaker, who is in the back of the room currently, and she is going to bring an incredible topic about disciplining your disappointments, right? Because people are going to say no. So how do we recover? How do we respond when someone says, you know what, maybe this isn't for me right now? Instead of going like this, what do you actually do? So that's productive. It helps you, it helps them, everyone grows. So with that, Marianne, join the stage. Everyone, Marianne.
But I do have some handouts. Right. Okay, guys. I remember somebody told me once, you become a professional network marketer when someone tells you no and you don't miss a beat. Has anybody had anybody tell them no? No. You know, when we were little kids, right? Think about it. And I was thinking about this, like how you ask for something and your mom says, no, you can't do that. You're not going to eat it. No. What do?
Ask grandma.
You come back and you ask again and you ask in a different way. And you make up all these different things and you're trying to convince that person to give you a yes. But this is not a convincing business. We don't want to convince someone to come into business with us because we pressured them or we just kept coming back over and over again to, like Tom says, they bought the pack, I walked out the door and they just pushed it under the bed, right? Because they never wanted to say yes in the beginning. So I remember the first time somebody told me no. And just a little backstory, this gentleman, I had talked to him numerous times. He's very interested in longevity. His daughter was coming out here to attend college. And they actually flew out here. And he goes, my wife and I want to meet you. We're so excited. And what am I thinking? Yes, they are in. They are in. And so we had lunch. I brought him over to the office and looked at all the products. And he goes, all right, well, we've got to fly back home and then we're going to get in. And so in the meantime, I tried to follow up, tried to call, email, text, go. Nothing. I was like, I can't believe this. So anyway, I just start, we don't want to live in this emotion. And I'm going to talk about these emotions because when these emotions get a hold of us, it might take us weeks to recover, right? We get a disappointment. Somebody told us no. Suddenly we go into all that self-talk that Chris was talking about. But anyway, I finally got a hold of the guy, and he says, I'm embarrassed. And I'm so sorry to tell you, but my wife and I decided to join another company. Right? However, I said, and this is so funny, like someone comes in, I'm so excited for you guys. You found something that's better for you, that's going to be great, and I'm really happy. And I hung up the phone, and I made another call. And at the end of the day, I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't cry or break down or not move on. And I was like, I am a professional network marketer. Because the no's are just part of the business, and we have to know that. Things happen, and we might have disappointments. We might, and this is life, people. This is life. And there's that little kid who kept asking over and over and over again, waiting for that yes. at some point you learn that no means no for now. Because eventually you got that ice cream, or you got that toy, or that person came to your house and you did a sleepover or whatever it was that you were, hoping for. And so it doesn't mean no forever. But what I wanted you to do, I printed these off because I've been doing a little reading, a little studying here about emotions, and you can use this in every single part of your life, right? So the disappointment that I felt that day was pretty minimal compared to the disappointment years earlier when somebody told me no in this business. And then I would just close off for like a week or two. I kept thinking, nobody's going to say nobody's going to do this. So I really dove into this personal development, and I started diving into why do I feel this way? What's going on here? And how can I get myself back? So when you get that no, and I want you to think about this, you might like circle some of these things. What do what's the emotion that kind of comes with that? And how many people get like a flat out no? I mean, very seldom. Do this. Somebody say, no, I don't want to do this. Don't ever call me again. I'm out of here. They might just say, you know what, this isn't for me. Or, I know you're doing network marketing and that's cool for you, but it's just not for me. Or I just don't know how to sell. And it's funny because I've heard people who say, oh, I'm a great salesperson, but I can never do network marketing. And then someone else that says, oh, I don't know how to sell. I'm terrible at selling. Well, you're selling me right now on the fact that you can't sell. Because we were constantly selling ourselves, right? And so anyway, so emotion when somebody, you might be disappointed. You might be disappointed that this person told you whatever they told you. But so then to talk yourself back up, right? So we're going from joy. How many of you love to feel joy? I've got a new grandbaby, and I got to say, every time I'm holding her, I just feel joyous. Joyous? Is that joyous? Joyous. Okay. The new word thing, right? We can create our own new words. But if I don't get to see her in the morning, I might feel a little disappointed that I didn't get to see her. But then I think of myself, but I'm going to get to see her when I come home. And so that'll be great. So I start feeling a little better, a little happiness there. And then when I get home, boom, the joyousness is joyous. But anyway, and so, Mark talks a little bit about contentment. So when somebody says, and we get this a lot, I need to have my doctor look at these products because, I listen to my doctor, whatever my doctor says. Are you on any kind of a strict diet? Or you can eat things or nothing? No. So where do you feel then? Are you disappointed? Are you discouraged? Right? We get into this emotion. And so, but you're like, well, Jim said this the other day. Well, maybe their doctor will have studied nutrition. And he'll have an experience with nutrition and might actually say it's okay. So then you feel hopeful, right? You talk yourself out of this disappointment into hopefulness. Somebody says, give me a thing where somebody said something where you're just like deflated. Is deflated or where you just are like, oh, seriously? I know Josh had somebody that said they were kind of, I don't know, like we lost somebody. Somebody was like, you know what? I came in, I did this, but it wasn't.
I have less than zero interest in doing this.
Less than zero, right? And you're like, okay. Again, we, like you said, oh my gosh, I'm terrible. I gave a terrible presentation. Nobody likes what I said, and they're less than zero, and they don't want to join. But maybe it's just not a good time for them. Maybe it's just not where they're at today. Maybe they've had a bad experience, or I don't know, maybe they didn't get to see their grandbaby in the morning and they're just a little bit disappointed. But we don't know. We don't know where people are at in their lives. And so, we hear this all the time. It's not no forever. It's just no for right now. I've had people that I talked to and given presentations to that come back later because now all of a sudden they have a health issue. The first time I talked to them, they didn't have any health issues. But now all of a sudden they have a health issue. Didn't you tell me about some products? Well, then before I was discouraged with their comeback, or I don't really go to the hatred or rage, unworthiness. I might go there for a minute, but I'm working all my personal development is helping me not go there because I know I'm worthy of this. So then this conversation that you have with yourself, you bring yourself up to a higher emotion. And so joy is absolutely the first one. And so in fact that I talked to somebody and they said, no, I'm pretty joyous today. I'm joyous that I got out of my comfort zone and I talked to someone. And it made me feel really good, and I had a lot of happiness around that. And now I feel good. Even though that person told me no, I still feel good. Give me some other experience. You guys have some experiences you want to share that we can kind of like talk up from deep depression to I feel so much better now. Anybody? Gosh, you guys are good.
There's a good thing when somebody calls you and says, I love what's in your product and I want to buy it.
Yeah. And you might have shown them that product and they might have not really been a part of that. It wasn't good. Well,
so, like, one of the things that really helps is when you go at it from the standpoint of, I can help this person with their health, somebody who might have cancer or something like that, but more of a passion to help them, and you make money from it or not, that's different. But if you are looking at them in the dollar sign, you're going to send, or you go to the phone,
oh yeah.
Yeah. You just think about how many people am I going to impact this week in a positive way, and then make calls, talk about it, ask about it, do a lot of listening.
Right. Well, and we know the coffee shop interview, when we were talking and Nikki's going to touch on this, right, on how to get less no's in your business. Because, how you're approaching somebody, you start talking to somebody about longevity and you don't even know what's going on with them, right? In the interview, you find out if there's an opportunity to talk about the opportunity. You find out if there's a reason to talk about the health. And so until you get to know that person, if you're just giving them the presentation and they have no interest at all, then more than likely you're going to get a no. And so in that space where you make that call, somebody said no, or I can't make it, or how about excuses? How about this whole thing of excuses? People give you an excuse. And here's what I've said in the past. That excuse is for you. It's not for me, because you're just giving me an excuse as to why you are not about to make a decision or, come to a meeting or make the calls. Oh, I couldn't make the calls today because I was just so busy organizing. I get this a lot. Oh, I'm organizing myself right out of the business because I don't call anybody because I'm too busy organizing. Or making my list. I never see the list, but they're making the list. So, Glenn's got a great list. But getting yourself from a point of disappointment or worry or doubt or discouragement, having that conversation and talking to yourself back, the faster you get back on track, the faster you will build this business. And so get yourself to a point of optimism. You know what? I talked to 10 people. Maybe they weren't exactly the right people. Sometimes we don't talk to the right people. And find that out in the interview. If it's a person that you should have a conversation with about this or not, I always say, talk to the people in the sweet spot. Say you got a scale from 1 to 10. And 1 is you've got this gentleman, he's in McDonald's, he's got the biggest drink that you can, the biggest soda that you can get, the Big Mac and what have you. And now all of a sudden you're trying to talk to him about going gluten-free and, you shouldn't be drinking the soda. And this guy is not going to listen to you. He's not ready to hear that. Now we have clear on the other side, there's somebody who's so smart about nutrition and they haven't learned a single thing because they don't know anything about what Dr. Wallach, who really knows the real facts about nutrition. They're going to tell you what they know and never listen to what you're saying. But the sweet spot is those people that are maybe like a 4 or 5 and 6. You might meet them in Whole Foods, or you might be playing volleyball with them. Somebody who believes in nutrition. Or one of my guys, it was so funny because he went out to lunch and this lady said, yeah, do you have gluten-free bread? And he was like, yes, I know I can talk to her because she has some idea of being gluten-free and, eating good nutrition or what have you. And so getting to that point where you can talk yourself out of disappointment or out of discouragement or blame or doubt, or I didn't say the right thing. And something that I've lived on in sales for a really long time was you can't say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the right person. And that has helped me so much because I can say the craziest stuff to somebody and they're like, yes, I totally want to do this. And then I can just be completely professional with somebody and then they're like, no, that's just not really me. And so all of a sudden I go to my discouragement and doubt. But then I remember, you know what? They're just not ready yet. They're just not ready. And then I get back to my happiness state or my joyous state, and then I make my next call. And so the faster that you can get back to that level of being able to move on with your business, we all get off track. Life happens. Somebody disappoints us. It was funny. I'm so glad I didn't meet Mark back in the day because there might, a little road rage or, who knows what might have been encountered from that. But we all grow and we do it on purpose. And we just work with each other in getting each other back on track as fast as we can and knowing that we all experience it. We've all had disappointment. We've all had discouragement in life in general. And so it's not a bad thing. Just recognize it. Just say, I feel defeated right now. But I know it's just for a second because I'm going to get right back to the emotion of happiness, my passion. I'm doing this because I'm passionate about it. Enthusiasm. How many of you guys get here and get so enthusiastic about, I got to get home because I want to apply all of this to my business. I want to start doing it right now. Yeah, because I learned something great. Even one little nugget. I always go to something and to take away at least one little nugget. All right, you guys, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you got something out of that. And I'm a little bit early, so